Hey, this is part 3. I was gonna end it, but I gotta finish it. So I say that to say, there's some people who want to make the CEOs richer and richer because you get one CEO, then they're there for 30 years, 15, 30 years, whatever. Then they get somebody else in there, and it's never somebody within the company. It's always somebody outsourced, So it's like, and I'm not saying for everybody to just quit their job, have a game plan, talk to the Most High, and people think that the Most High is this man named Jesus who's coming down to save us and stuff like that. And that's the thing that is breaking, the mold that is breaking. Religion has warped our minds. Our family dynamic have warped our minds because they didn't know. A lot of the elder generations were, do as I say, not as I do. A child's to be seen, not spoken to. And a lot of them were silent. Don't say anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You are not to speak about anything. What happens in this house doesn't leave this house. And even with that, what happens in this house, you don't talk to somebody else in this house about it. It's like what you saw, you really didn't see. But no, we're questioning everything. If everything that we've learned has been a lie this far, what else that we can't even think of in a 24-hour span has been a lie? Again, and I think I said this in my other video, why is it that spiritualists are being demonized for using the same Bible, no matter what denomination, because every religion's different, they use a different holy Bible, but why are spiritualists being demonized for using the Bible to be fruitful and multiply? But the devil and his minions are mad that they use the same holy Bible, whatever denomination, for sadistic reasons, got so far for so long, and now they got to return everything back to the Most High and the devil. But see, when people are so worried about the worldly possessions and, what people think and stuff like that, you don't have time to truly invest. And one thing I don't get is the people who use the Bible for the incorrect reasons. They're misusing the intuition in the Bible and stuff. How didn't you foresee your downfall? See, that's how you know people are real greedy and selfish. How didn't you think to look in the future? Or just do right. I just feel like it's so much work to do all that, to cover your steps, make sure your tracks are all good and stuff like that. Just do good. I can sleep good at night knowing that I'm good. And I know tonight, I'm going to sleep beautifully. Because I'm telling you, I did not want to do this. It's not that I didn't want to do this. It's like, okay, is this the right move? I wanted to go a different avenue. But my ancestors in the Most High kept saying, no, you need to do this. Then you see I started off with the tarot, but that's what happens. Like tarot, like for me, tarot is just a visualization because every tarot deck is different. I'm not saying go out and buy all of them, but every tarot deck is different. But the visualizations, it's like, okay, you read a book and now you want to see the movie. Some people see the movie and they want to read the book, which I kind of don't understand that, but to each his own. I can understand reading a book and then you want to see a movie. It's like listening to a song that doesn't have a music video. Now you want to see a music video. How many music videos from back in the day, no matter how old or young you are, and I don't even like to say old, no matter how seasoned you are, whatchamacallit, there's a song that, whether you like the song now or the artist now or not, that has nothing to do with anything, but at that time no video came out for it and you wish that a video came out, and then maybe now came out, and then maybe now if that artist wanted to make a music video to that song, you may end up liking it again or liking it more because the visual makes or breaks it. It's like you could sit there and smell a plate that smells so good, you take the blindfold off and it's hot, steaming ish. with chunks of corn on it. Like, what the? So, yeah. So, the sun is the happiest one in the deck. I'm sitting there, shedding light. I don't like to say exposing, because you can't expose the truth. Exposure is something that was hidden. It was concealed. Yes, the truth was hidden, it was concealed, but it's not exposed. It's just the truth being revealed. So, and I'm in my stability, because remember, Emperor, Empress, all that, those are just the energy. Page, Knight, Queen, King, it's just the energy. But then I can also look at it as exposure in general, my situation, the government, whatever, but people in the power of authority, and also my baby father, or whatever, because it was a romance scam. And there was a lot of betrayal, and they celebrated, and these are people that I celebrated with, and I will celebrate, because now I'm free. See, they celebrated thinking that they were free and all that, but no. See, I always say there's two plus, but two sides of a story, at least minimum. His, hers, and the truth. Because yes, I'm standing in my Emperor energy. I'm exposing, revealing the truth. I'm happy. I'll be celebrating. I have freedom. I can foresee this, But then the people in power position are being exposed. They celebrated too early. They overindulged in that they were doing. They got entity attachments thinking that they were good and all that. But they were arrogant. They had unrealistic plans, and significant information is now coming out. They're going to learn, and, it's a give and take. Giving and receiving. Information's going to travel. They want to be fools and celebrate thinking they got a victory. They didn't see this coming, though. But they'll get this information expeditiously, and especially with the creative craft, being in hermit mode, looking for deeper truths. That's emotional fulfillment. I know there's another card that actually says emotional fulfillment, but that's an overpour of emotions. See, because they wanted me to be in my emotions, paranoid, and not in my creative bag. And I'm talking about me in this specific situation, but this is a catalyst for change. And me not fulfilling my call doesn't help out humanity the way it needs to. So me getting out of hermit mode, being in hermit mode, is bringing emotional fulfillment. I'm finally facing my fears. They wanted me to be paranoid and stuff, but I'm finally facing my fears. And they're in fear now because they no longer have emotional fulfillment. They're paranoid. They have no love in their heart, and the truth is being revealed. But I can read the cards up or down however it goes, But the truth is being revealed because I'm facing my fears. I'm no longer stressed out or in my head, same difference, in my head about what was what. I got out of my head and defeated them. Now, the tables have turned. They wanted me in the defense, now I'm in the offense. And I hope I said that right because I'm not familiar with sports, but I just know defense, defense, defensive stance. You're protecting yourself. Offense, I'm assuming, is somebody who's coming at you. And if that is the case, then I'm not coming at them. I'm just standing my ground. So maybe I am defensive, but in a nice way. I'm not being rah-rah. But either way, the tables have turned, and I'm doing my job. Look, for the Most High. That was the job I got. See, nobody needs to understand what we got, and that's not even right behind it. That just poked out. The Seven of Swords, secrecy, deceit, enemy masquerade as a friend, hidden agenda, secrecy, and again, depending on what cards are near each other, it doesn't have to be the negative you know, the negative aspect of it. There are some good up and down or whatever. But either way, I work for the Most High. That's my job. What we have going doesn't need to be explained. But my job is by my Heavenly Father. It's demanded. And the devil's been working hard to get my destiny. And look, wow, 10, 11, and that's right behind it. This is unconventional lifestyle and institutions and stuff like that. Now they got a lot of issues. But they were working hard to come against me and the Most High from doing my job. It doesn't work like that. So now their destiny, their fate is now in the reverse. You can't play with the Most High and think that you're going to win. And then look at that. Look, the devil was trying to steal my destiny because look, 10 plus 5 is 15. And then 10 plus 11, that's 21. And then 5 plus 11, that's 16. That's the tower moment. So no matter how you want to look at it, the Most High has his hands all upon me and my family. Look, I'm the star. The Most High has his hands all upon me and my family. And everybody connected. We're all connected though, but you know, they mistreated and hunted a star. It was a witch hunt. Nobody's a witch, but I have the success. My spirit team came through because that's what real love is. What's understood doesn't have to be explained. I am the psychic. I am the high priestess. I am the empress. And then somebody may read these different, like, because again, when I look at other tarot readers, especially with me learning now, thank you the Most High, thank you my spirit team, they say one thing, but I'm interpreting it different. Although I understand what they're saying, I'm channeling something different. And even when I wasn't, because I'm not even at the peak of mine, I'm literally just learning. It's literally been 1 year since I bought these cards. And I've been using them in the last few months, like, you know, to learn. Because when I'm into something, I'm into something. But either way, you know, it's just like with school. You know, when it comes to any class, but let's just use math class or whatever. Some people use short division, some people use long division, some people use long multiplication, some people do short multiplication, so on and so forth. You know, another thing I can say is like, you know, okay, everybody needs to write an essay or whatever. You all may have 2 different topics that you can choose from. It's not like the whole class, oh, you guys want A or B. Like, you have the option to write A or B or whatever. Now, let's say there's 10 people in the class. 7 people pick option A, 3 people pick option B. Okay, that's fine. 7 people picked option A, 3 people picked option B. But there's going to be 7 different essays written because that's 7 different intellects. There's going to be 3 different essays with B because that's 3 different intellects. Basically, break the code. That's really what it is. Life is nothing but combinations. Literally. You know? Tower moment. Let me ask, before I close out, because 14 exactly on the timer. Will the government receive the proper consequences? Mental anguish. The Most High. Gotcha. Okay. They're not trying to reveal that. Ooh. They're trying to avoid the tower. Ah, 15 on the timer. Peace. Thank you.